as Walter makes a run ahead of him. Bergkamp suddenly changed pace through the centre. It's Bergkamp! That's magnificent! The move, and then this, which left Dabby's ass totally stranded.
Hello, dear viewer and listener, and of course, those doing neither. And welcome to a Bergkamp Wonderland, the podcast where none of us know what's going on. So we can't expect you to have any idea what's going on or who's going to be on or whether it's going to be cancelled in the last minute because one of us, not naming any names, it was me, was extremely ill half hour before the podcast last night. I say extremely. I'm just making it worse than it is. My new medication makes me poorly. Give me 3 minutes notice of an explosion. 3 hours later, I was okay, but everybody else was in bed. So people couldn't make it. And so one man has saved the day. He's given us an hour of his time before he goes and sees the future of this planet when the apes take over and we are left in caves to eat worms. It's Femi. How you doing?
Yeah, all good, all good. I hope you're feeling better.
I am feeling...
it's weird. The chat from last night is still up from the chat, so I'm reading the stuff from last night.
Yeah, they're all there. They're all ready to go. And I just luckily, if you've got, I think, 10 minutes and you can keep the same podcast but change the day. So I managed to get it to do that. So you're going to go and see the new Planet of the Apes film. They scared me as a kid. And they scare me now, and I can't. Even the trailers give me the willies. When you see is it the gorillas are the ones that are in charge, and the chimpanzees are the ones that are the nice ones. Sad times.
Who knows? It's all over the place now in that film. This is
I
like
saw
the
when they
fourth
revamped it. This is the third time they've done it because they did it with Marky Mark, and they revamped him again. And I saw one of them escaped from somewhere, and he started speaking. I went, "Well, no, that's too real. It's okay when they've got rubber face masks on because you go, that's just a human. These are talking chimpanzees, and they're not happy. And I'm not watching it. I'm not going to get involved." It does. It gives me the willies.
I'll give you guys a review when I watch it.
Yeah. Humans got their asses kicked. I mean, it's the future anyway. We've not looked after this planet, so we don't deserve it. So we are going to talk a little bit about some of the topics that I've got saved up in the form of things on the screen. And we're going to do a little bit of a preview because, quite frankly, I can't be bothered to do one. And Sean's home tomorrow because those arseholes at Audi have had her car 9 times. 9 times. This time they've had it for 3 days. And I rang them today. We'll ring you back. Did they ring back, Femi? Vindis Huntingdon, you really need to sort your lives out. Should start. I said to the bloke we should have stuck with a Golf. He went, yeah, you should have done. And he works for Audi. Jesus.
Just go back my Audi. There you go.
Yeah, you and Nick both had an A6, and now he's got a Honda, and you've got something a little bit better, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
How is the world of the?
Here comes. You carry on. Here comes someone to trouble me.
Uh-oh. Femi is now officially in Elon's pocket. He's kneeling at the altar of. Oh, hello. He's kneeling at the altar of Elon, and what a place to be! What a wonderful life to live. But they're going to moan that I don't like electric cars. My machine I'm in now is electric. What do I know? Was that one of your youngsters?
Yeah, he wants me to download Sonic for him.
Oh, the game or the film?
The game.
I see. Right. Yeah, I've got a few things that have popped up. This made me laugh. Welcome to Munich, now twinned with Tottenham. Did you see there was a video going around of that as well with Paddy Power?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, it's glorious.
I saw every other meme.
Yeah, it's. I did have it in here, but it's typical. I've gone. If I sort these by date, then it should legally be at the top. Do you know what? It's not legally at the top. It's not there. It's nowhere to be seen. I don't know what I've done with it. Maybe it's in desktop, but it's the new Paddy Power thing. Do you still believe is the name of this episode? What's that on? No. Can't find it. Or maybe I need to search for videos because then it'll bring up. Nope, still not there. I don't know. The gist of it is Paddy Power interview people, Bayern Munich fans, and they go, well, it's the first time since 2011-12 we've not won a trophy. We're embracing being twinned with Tottenham. We've got Tottenham players. We're rubbish. We're not going to win anything. And it's a fun time to be a Bayern Munich fan. And talking about how pathetic they are, have you seen this? From the actual... Oh, he's dealing with... Hello. Don't let go of them, Emmy, because they will grow up and then they will leave. So have as many as you can. 10. Have 10 of them. 11. Have as many kids as possible. You can't hear me? Oh, no, you're talking. Yeah, you've professionally. I can lip read. He's saying out.
Yeah, she's just get out. Bye bye.
I can never tell whether they're boys or girls at that age.
Yeah.
Sure, with my one.
She came to give me a birthday list. No, I saw the Spurs video actually.
When's her birthday?
That next week, Thursday.
Oh,
so I saw the Spurs one, the Spurs Man City one. Who made that video?
What were they doing?
Oh, it was like Glenn Hoddle and
yes,
and all those guys.
Yes, and Darren Anderton.
Was
that's
it
another
Powell?
one. Probably. Yeah. They got and Harry Redknapp. If anybody's got a link to that, put it in the chat, and then I'll go and play it and share it. But talking about the chat, from yesterday, we got Stefan was there, Rudy was there, Tom was there, Phil was there, Pete Little. That was yesterday. Still thinking of them toilet roll sales. Brady's Banana was there, and now today, Hantumi is there. Boy 10 is there. We talking aliens today? No, it was the I'm never sure what to call it. It was the fun for the JPEG is what they are, but I'm not sure what I should refer to it when I put it on here. But it's a play on the X-Files. Do you believe? The poster in the back of Mulder's room. There you go. I told the AI, I shared it with the group. I said I want an alien spaceship landing on a football pitch with a unicorn. You can see the alien on the right hand side, and Bigfoot, and they're all there, and the Loch Ness monster. I don't know where that is.
Which AI does your drawing? AI does your drawing. Is it Chat GB?
No, it's one that is called Image Creator from Microsoft Design. And so I use that. So no, we're not talking aliens because aliens are real. Formerly Knows is there. It says you should have got a Lexus. Nobody should ever own a Japanese car. They're horrible. Unless it's a Skyline or a Subaru Impreza, early ones, 22B. Then you're allowed. Boy 10, did you see that Miami Aliens incident? Don't get me going on that. Super is there. Hope is a good thing. At least we have some this year. We do. Boy 10, Spuds are going to win us the league. I can't wait to hear how vexed their fans are. Super says, P.S. I'm wearing a Sega Gold DB10 shirt today. Classic. Noza, I sent a text to my mate and accidentally spelled Dyer as Dyer. That's a true story. And that's actually how it does. It's just helping you out. Boy 10 says, Arsenal budgie smugglers on all weekend, meaning they're on the beach. Deep Purple Machine Head on work hi-fi. Deep Purple Machine, I don't know what that is. I know there's a band called Deep Purple. Boy 10 says, that's aliens, that thumbnail. There you go, that's the word I was looking for, thumbnail. Right, we've only got an hour because Femi's got to go, and there's only two of us. Everyone else was busy because I was ill yesterday. So there's some things that I brought up to talk about. We've had a little laugh. How about this one? What do you make of this, Femi? Arsenal are considering making a move in the summer for the transfer window for Everton goalkeeper Jordan Pickford from Transfer News Live. They've got 300,000 followers.
Did they ever think this is why would we even run this story?
Because they've got a blue tick in its interactions, I think.
Yeah, but this is a silly that's beyond silly season.
Yeah.
When it doesn't even make sense, then if I was the edit, I'd think, do we really want to run this? Like, this just makes us look stupid. Now, anything that they release throughout the summer why would I believe it if you're going to put out stuff like that?
373,000 interviews. That's why. It's to get their
That's
numbers
why, I
up.
guess, yeah.
You know, ABW, thanks to the wonderful work of Karl on our Twitter, we're eligible to make money from the blue tick, but I refuse to. But now you're in bed with Elon, maybe you can get us a sweet deal. See what he can do. There's this pathetic one from the Spurs army. I genuinely do not want any points from our game against City. Hopefully we get battered. I will celebrate at every City goal. I'd rather finish 17th and just avoid relegation on goal difference, as long as it means Arsenal don't win the league. And it's got the Man City badge with the Spurs chicken on a basketball in the middle and a hotspot at the bottom. That, and they got 700,000 views on that, Femi. That's embarrassing for them to call. That's Spurs army tweets. Utterly embarrassing. And I know some of the stuff that Arsenal fans do, but we don't mean it. But they genuinely mean it, don't they? They want to get battered because if you look at the goal difference, if Man City draw a game, then it comes down to goal difference. And while goal difference is 6 better than theirs.
Yeah. It's very hard to make up 6 goals in 2 games, isn't it? It's not like we're not going to play as well. We've got 2 games left. I kind of expected that from Tottenham, so I'm not going to pretend to be shocked. I've been hearing their fans for a few weeks now saying that, so I'm not shocked by anything like that. I mean, let's be honest. If it was the other way around, we would never want them to win the league. So we would probably feel the same way. We probably wouldn't voice it as vocally as they do, but I'm sure we'd probably say, "Oh no, anyone but Tottenham." Even Man City. I
mean, they're never going to be in that position, are they? I was sitting out the front on the phone to Sean, and a 10-year-old boy went by on his bike with Spurs kit on, and I had to shout, "Spurs are shit!" And even his mate started laughing. They haven't come back yet, and they haven't egged my house or keyed any of the cars, so that's got to be a good thing.
Biggest hope is seriously that they lose to Burnley on Saturday. It's kind of a dilemma, isn't it? Because if they win, Villa got Liverpool, so Villa could feasibly lose, couldn't they? And then they could still be in with a shout of top 4. But yeah, maybe that's a better route. I don't know. But the fact that they could literally have lost 5 games in a row, like, would
Never done it
not
before.
be better than
2004, I think, was the last
6 in a row? Do you want that to be in your record book just to stop Arsenal winning the league, that you've lost 6 games in a row?
Because they're
still go on.
They've got a game in hand, so they win that against City. They're on 63. Villa, they've the wheels have come off the Villa bus. All they'd have to do is get 2 wins in their last 2 games, and they could take 4th place off of Villa.
Yeah, and they've got Burnley on Saturday as well, so they could be on 63.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, look behind them as well. You still got Newcastle chasing them down. So it's not like they're secured in 5th place either. And at the moment, only 5th place goes to Europa League at the moment, I think, if I'm not mistaken, depending on 5th is Europa League, 6th is Europa League actually, and 7th is Conference League. It could go to 8th Conference League if City win the FA Cup.
But they can't expect their players just to. Isn't it? I don't know ever in his Premier League history as a team deliberately lost. They're not going to lose. They're going to give them a game. Ange is going to want to show that he's a world-class manager. He'll want to beat them.
Yeah, but the problem is the way they play is just tailor-made for Man City, isn't it?
They're going to get murdered.
Stupid. Yeah, this absolute rubbish style of football that their manager employs. It just doesn't make any sense. They'll probably lose 3-0 just at the start. Just give Man City a 3-goal advantage because of their style of play. So all the stuff about Man City don't have a good record against Tottenham. The problem is that's against Tottenham with Jose Mourinho and Conte, who just sit deep and break on them, not a guy who wants to play on the halfway line with every single player, including the goalkeeper.
Yeah, that is true. Moving on, next season's home kit. Are you a man that buys kits, or do you shun them?
I buy it like once every 4 years, maybe.
What, you wait until you see one that you like?
Yeah, exactly. Do
you like that?
The children buy it every year. It's so expensive, man.
Isn't it like 80 quid for a kid's kit or something?
Yeah, it's like 80 something. If you get a name on the back, which they always want now, it's like 80, 90 pounds, I would say. We queued for 2 hours last year, last game of the season. 2 hours. I told him, let's come back another day. He was just adamant that we should stand there and queue. It was painful, absolutely painful. There's so many different versions of this kit. Is this the final version then?
Yep. That's on sale in a shop, and I think they said it was Malaysia.
Yeah, it's coming out next
Singapore.
week here, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's for the last home game. We'll wear it for the Everton game. It's different. Let me put it like that. There is a lot of white on there. I did think it would be less white when I saw the other design. But it looks like there's like a player's version which looks a lot better. But I'm guessing a lot of fans would definitely not fit in that version. Let's be honest. It reminds me of one of the older kits, doesn't it? There's a kit that I think someone posted up a picture of Thierry Henry wearing a kit, and it looked pretty similar to that, apart from the back, which has a lot of white on it. A lot of white.
Too much white. I don't like it. It needs to be mostly red, and the only white should be on there should be down the sleeves or down the sleeves and a little bit of trimming, but never the whole thing. It's just stupid the way they're doing it.
That is really weird, isn't it? Especially down the side, and the back of it is unbelievably white. It's quite. I did have a look at on the Premier League website. They actually have every single kit that every club has worn, and you can filter it by club and then go through every season.
Yeah.
And I did find a shirt that was quite similar, because when I first saw it, I thought it looked like the 89 kit, but the more I saw pictures of it, I was like, hold on a minute, something ain't right here. Yeah, it was the debut Henry season, so that would be 99, 2000. It's kind of similar, but then this just goes way over the top with the white. I don't get it. I've never seen an Arsenal kit with that much white before, especially down the sides there.
Yeah, I've managed to find the two videos, so no doubt I'm going to try and upload them to here. That's the same one twice. Okay. Trend with Munich. Oh, it's the Darren Anden one that I was looking for. It doesn't like it when I download stuff. Right, what we're going to say. Steph said he still believes. Avon is here. I'll wait to see what it looks like before I buy it. Yeah, but they've got to make it different. If they're having 3 new kits a season, it's ridiculous. But people will keep buying it. Hello, Gary. Avon says it looks very like Ajax. If you take the blue away, it's it does kind of. Steph doesn't like it. Won't be able to wear it v Spurs. Yeah, because if you've got if you're wearing a what is it? What's that jumper called?
What colour is the shorts? Is the shorts white? I don't get it. It's a very white kit. It doesn't look like an Arsenal home kit at all.
No. So this video is I'm going to go and get rid of that. Get rid of that picture. Go on, off you go. You've done your job. And this is a 45-second video of the Spurs thing.
Now twinned with Tottenham. We spoke to local fans to get their thoughts on the new arrangement.
Unsere Fans sind ziemlich unzufrieden. Wir stehen zum ersten Mal seit 10 Jahren ohne Pokal da. Unser Manager wird uns verlassen.
Es war interessant,
wir haben wirklich
neue Erfahrungen
It's been interesting to gain new
aber letztendlich die Erwartungen, die wir an dieser Saison hatten, haben sich nicht erfüllt.
Für Kane anzupassen, wir haben versucht, seine Kultur zu übernehmen, so gut zu gestalten wie möglich, dass sich zu Hause fühlt. Das Team hat wunderbar gestartet.
We started well, and yet somehow
entwickelt zu Scheit.
Aber auf der guten Seite, wir haben einen Raum
on the bright
Käse.
side,
Have you been in it?
we do now have a cheese room. Have you been in it? No. Great stuff. There's just never ending the amount of fun that we have with those fuckers. What other things did I have downloaded? Got that and that. Done the kit. Player of the season. We have got Foden, Haaland, Isak, Odegaard, Rice, Palmer, Van Dijk, and Watkins. There's no what's the Spanish bloke from Man City called?
Rodri.
How can Rodri not be in there?
Rodri not only should be in there, he should be winning it.
Yeah.
He should be winning
Haaland's
it.
only turned up for a part of the season.
Yeah.
Isaac has only had a few decent runs this season. Odegaard, yes. Foden, yes. Watkins, yes. Palmer, he's been a bit on and off. Rice has been brilliant, but but Van Dijk, no.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, they just
suppose they have to have one Liverpool.
They pick these out. Yeah, they do have to have a Liverpool, don't?
So that's probably where
I'm surprised they didn't try and shoehorn a Man United player in here. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one because if how do you narrowed it down to 8? Like you said, for me, like the tweet I saw about how do you get Van Dijk nominated, but yet the 2 best defenders in the league, 2 best centre backs are not nominated, makes no sense. But what's the point of moaning? Because I want to see the Players Player of the Year award when that comes out, the PFA one, because that's more of a sometimes more of an accurate one. Because the football writers will always pick a Man City player. I wonder when a Man City player didn't last win it, if that wasn't named Harry Kane, probably. So they always pick a Man City player, no matter what happens, no matter what's going on, Man City player will win it for the football writers. The footballers is the one I'd be interested to see who wins, because I think the footballers would pick Rodri, because without Rodri, they really cannot. He literally does not lose games whenever he plays.
I don't think
they don't lose.
One.
He hasn't lost.
Yeah,
it's almost like 70 games since he lost a game. So yeah, no, it's a bit of a sticky one, this one. But
look at that. It's Raj Patel, the man who invented ABW along with me, and I still have his Giroud Lama as the top right-hand corner thing. Lovely to see you. I did actually speak to Raj a while ago and said, do you want to come on and do a pod? And he said yes, but then I never followed it up. So if you want to do one, Raj, now that we're you've never done a podcast when we were good, have you, Raj? All these years, 10 years ago we started. 10 years, never been any good. And now we're good. Where is everyone? And so if you want to do one, Raj, you let me know. We'll get you on. What else have we got up here? Rodri can't win Player of the Year because that means Rice must win it. So they made pick Foden. What they should do is they pick an 11, the 11 of the season, and then you pick a starting formation of 11, and then we pick from that. Because a goalkeeper is never going to get into the voting for if there's only going to have 8. But you have 11, it's a starting 11, best 11, then he's going to have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
But that would make too much sense, wouldn't it? Everyone says Foden and Haaland aren't even best at City. How is there no room for the top defence in the season? Well, because you've got to have a Liverpool player in there. And you've got to represent Newcastle as well because they've got all the money. Boy10 says Odegaard is player of the year, if you ask me. He's been different level. I mean, some of the showboating he's been doing during games recently has been... It's been a thing of beauty. Hanjumi says he's probably there because of the Carabao Cup and Liverpool had lots of centre-back injuries and he did it good on his own. Raj is a legend, says Stefan. He is a podcasting legend. You are right. Then we've also got, where have I got it saved as, manager of the season. Are you surprised not that the fake Aussie barbecue monster isn't there? Because
you know what, I briefly saw this and I was like, oh, he's not there, even though he won manager of the month. Remember they were boasting, oh, he's manager of the month, yeah. And now all of a sudden he's just gone proper Spursy.
In the entire time that Pep has been at Man City and then Wenger has been at Arsenal and Klopp has been at Liverpool, they've never won 3 manager of the month awards in a row. Some of them, during the best seasons, didn't win 3 in a season. But that fake Aussie tit won the first 3. And I think he's won another one during the season.
Yeah.
And he's not in here. No, so who are you going to go for? Or do you need to wait to the end of the season?
You know what? I mean, Pep's going to win it, obviously. I think the job that Bournemouth guy has done is ridiculous, to be honest with you. Because they were saying after game week 10, they've been number 5, 5th best in the league. Bournemouth, that's crazy.
They have their best ever season. Bournemouth have. Paul Neal, not Neil, is there. Glad Count Emery is getting some respect. Yeah, I did a podcast with an Aston Villa fan pod, and I said he'll get you back into Europe. but it would be quite boring. Shame that they lost the other night, but Olympiacos were amazing. I mean, that bloke scored 5 goals in 2 games against them. Wow.
Villa's totally fallen apart. If Tottenham were not as Spursy as they are, they would not. I mean, he would have basically done exactly what he did at Arsenal when we were 4th. Like literally the same thing. They've just fallen. I still can't believe we lost to them. It's unbelievable. We still absolutely battered them in that first half.
I mean, look at that. Here's all of our this is the top 11 teams. The position on the left-hand side is how they finished last season. So obviously Man United finished 3rd. We finished 2nd, but we can't put ourselves in it because playing yourself, you go blind. And this is just Arteta's games while there's lots of grey ones because 1920 didn't play everyone. And Brentford weren't there that next season. And Fulham weren't there the season after. But as I fill this in after every single game, it's looking better and better and better, apart from halfway down the table. You look at the teams, Aston Villa, Fulham, and West Ham further down. We've not had much luck again. I mean, to lose home and away to Aston Villa when it could come down to, if we'd have drawn one of those games, that could have been enough to have win us the title. A 2-0 loss away at Fulham and a 1-0 loss away at Newcastle, where they cheated us. So all 4 games that we lost, apart from the other 3, I felt hard done by. But at Fulham, we were just shocking, weren't we?
Well, it's just a normal season, isn't it? You drop points in 10 games. So you're winning. If you're winning 28 games out of 38, you would be absolutely, you would be so proud of that usually. But that's how it goes. Yeah, that Villa game is just ridiculous because, let's be honest, that first half we absolutely stuffed them.
Yeah,
should have been like at least 2-0 up, if not more. That was one of the best first halves. And the second half, I don't know what happened, but yeah, we're always going to regret that, aren't we? It's always going to look back at that with regret.
Up on the screen now, I've got our last 17 Premier League games. 15 wins, 1 draw away at City, and a loss to Villa. That, any other season, if you didn't have Man City in the league, that would be a championship winning season. I mean, some of the times we won the title, we weren't even the Invincible season, we weren't even that good at had that many wins in the last 17 games. It was mainly a lot of draws. Obviously, no losses. But that is, if we don't win the title after having this, and a number of clean sheets, and a number of times 6-0 West Ham, 5-0 Palace, 5-0 Burnley, 5-0 Chelsea, 3-0 Bournemouth. Just amazing the amount of results we're getting. It'd be a crime against football if we don't win it. But do you see people are saying that, we're not going to win it? Man City have to win 3 games to win the title. We only have to win 2. And now, when I say that, people are thinking, what? No, that's not. That is right, isn't it?
It's just the fact that they just do this, don't they? That once they turn off on that thing where they say, "Yeah, it's business time," they just win every game. Like I said to everyone last season, I said they're going to win every game, and they did. They've won like 17 games in a row. This is less games for them to even win in a row. So once and it's not like they're playing really tough teams that are going to give them any. I mean, they're playing Fulham, who was just on a beach, literally. You know, they're playing Tottenham, who are just going to lie down and tickle their bellies, and then David Moyes is West Ham. I saw a West Ham fan today. He used to be my trainer in the gym. He's just like, yeah, we're having a jolly up. He's like, they're done for the season. So
who was that? Who was your trainer?
A West Ham fan. Oh, I
thought you said a West Ham player.
No, West Ham fan. When we were signing Rice, he was just like, "Oh, you're signing one of the best players, mate." I was like, "Really?" He was like, "Yeah, no, you don't even know how good he is. It's crazy." But yeah, no, West Ham. He said West Ham are done. I mean, what David Moyes basically is just. He's not even their manager anymore, so the players don't care. So what are they playing for?
So do you think?
Yeah, it's a bit sad.
Do you think West Ham will end up doing what Charlton did all those years under Alan Kirbyshire, where once they finished 7th and they were moaning, he's holding us back, and we need to get rid of him and get another manager in. Got rid of him next season, down. 2 seasons after that, down. And where are they now? Living in League One, and Karl's got a season ticket there.
It's that Villa thing, isn't it? Villa have given a lot of teams hope. Now that, and Newcastle in a way as well, because even though they do have a lot of money, they haven't spent mad money, have they? But that gives teams hope. Like if Newcastle and Villa can do it, then why can't we do it? that's the hope now, that those two teams have given other teams now, where it's not just the top 6 that are getting Champions League football. It's now all the other teams as well. And now with that 5th place, it could come up every now and then. So they'll think, oh, why can't we get 5th place and get in the Champions League?
True. What else was I going to look at? We've done that one, and this, and I've had a look at that. How about the? I was looking at Bayer Leverkusen when they were 2-0 down in the Europa League, and then it wasn't long to go, and they scored one, and they scored another. A list here. I can't read this out to the people at home on the bus. Every 90th minute and onwards goal they have scored this season, there is 17 of them. 90th, 93rd, 92nd, 93rd, 93rd, 91st, 95th, 90th, 91st, 92nd, 96th, 91. Tom, I can't see through you, can I? What are you going to do? Make a decision. Oh, for God's sake. Yes, come on, move. Move! Wow. So 92, 96, 91, 91, 90, 97, and then 96, and then against Roma, 97th minute. Just amazing, isn't it, that they never give up? And that's why they are 49 games. There you go. It says 48 there. Longest unbeaten runs in
all competitions, right?
I think that is all. No, what's this one?
All.
That's league. Oh, that's league only. Yeah.
That's only. Yeah.
Yes, they're 49 now. So that's the. I mean, the record was 43 all competitions for Juventus, and then Forest on 40, Real Madrid on 40, and then PSG were on 37. That's going back to the 90s. And another one, there was unbeaten league teams. So obviously Arsenal on 49, same as Juventus. Bayern are on 53, and Milan are on 58, and Leverkusen all the way down on 32. I'm sure that should be more than 32 because there's 18, so it's 34. Yeah, they are on 32. That's right. So they must have lost a game at the end of last season. But that's a hell of a run, isn't it? And he's decided to stay there. Wonderful for football.
Yeah, I don't understand how they keep doing it. Because every time I'm watching their games, I'm like, yeah, this is it. They're done for. This is it. I don't want to hear any more about this. I even said when they won the league, I was like, now comes the hard part, which is, and we found this out, which is staying motivated once you've won the league. Like staying motivated once you won the league is really difficult. And as you can see, the same with the Invincibles. Once they won the league, now they're getting a lot of draws. So a lot of people that go on about, oh, you drew the 12 games. It's like, yeah, but we'd already won the league, and it's really, really hard to keep going once you won the league, to keep a streak going. I mean, even Man City, when they went on that 16-17 game winning streak last season, as soon as they won the league, I think they lost and drew the next two. So it's not. That's been the most impressive thing to me, is once they had sewn up the league, that they keep going even when they're down late in the game. They still find a way to motivate themselves to. So now they're really motivated, and I think they got an easy cup final as well against a lower division team.
Kaiserslautern, ex-Bundesliga. They won the Bundesliga the same last season. I think we won did the Invincibles. Now they're bottom of Bundesliga 2. And so they'll smash them in the final. And then in the Europa League final, they are playing, is it Olympiacos?
No, that's their Conference League.
So it's the other one, is it Atalanta?
Atalanta, yep. That'll be a tough game.
They're not. They've got Riccardo. Is at West Ham last season? Italian one, 6'5".
Oh, Scamacca. Yeah. That would be a tough game. Yeah. That might be the one that they'll lose. Funny enough, because that's going to be one of their last games. So they're going to have to really push in that one. So they've got a lot of games coming up, I guess.
But if you do that and you unbeaten in the league, and in Europe and in the domestic cup, then you can't really top that, can you? Apart from do it all again, but in the Champions League.
Champions League.
How about this, right? I was, I do like to dig out some stats. This is good. This is Leverkusen's first ever Bundesliga title. And I was looking, has anyone ever gone invincible in the Bundesliga? The closest anyone's ever gone is Bayern Munich in 86-87. And the one team that beat them in 86-87, look at that. And they almost did it in 12-13. And look who beat them in 12-13.
No way.
Leverkusen stopped them both times from doing the invincible. And it's Leverkusen that could do the invincible now. I've not heard that on any podcast. I dug that up myself. Most of the stuff I do, I steal. Because I have no talent in looking. But that, I dug up myself. See if anyone's amazed in the chat.
That one's brilliant. That one's amazing.
Boy 10 says, Kaiserslautern always get recommended as an affiliate for Arsenal in Football Manager. Don't talk to me about Football Manager. I'm still on my third season in Tier 7. I went from 20 to 7.
Did you see that story about Football Manager, about that guy that got hired?
No.
I think he got hired for... Who got promoted recently? Is it Bromley or one of those teams?
Yeah.
I think Bromley got promoted.
From the conference, yeah.
They
beat Solihull in the final.
He got hired from playing Football Manager, apparently, as some sort of analyst. Yeah, I'll have to dig out the story properly. And
that is
send
good.
it to you. Yeah, he got hired. And I was thinking, all these years I used to spend hours on this, and now they're hiring people from it. I've heard of another person that got hired from playing Football Manager for a conference team as well, a lower down team as well. It's crazy.
Are you currently playing? Have you got a save on the go?
No, I haven't played. I've got all the versions. I always buy them, but I never play them anymore. I just don't have time. It would just kill my life.
Jobs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm with ABWFC, and I've managed to save up 330 grand in Tier 7. I finished 8th and then 4th because I fell apart. And then I got a new owner. He paid 14 grand for the club, took out £203,000. Hasn't spent it on anything. And then the 100 grand I had left, he then went, upgrading the youth facilities, 140 grand. So I've got no money. So
I don't think I could ever play that low down.
I started at level 20. Boy 10 says Reims manager that managed Balogun last season also got hired after being an FM nut. I think I might have seen a Tifo Football about that on YouTube. Wonderful channel.
I know that guy, that Greg Will something. I don't know his name is. Yeah, I remember him. But okay, that's it's really interesting.
So, do you hold out much hope that the season we're going to win it?
I don't know. It's tomorrow, isn't it? My nerves
they play
have been
first.
calm all week. I haven't thought about it all week. But tomorrow morning, 12:30. I try not to watch their games too much because I'll try and find something else. Yeah, it is boring, isn't it? I think tomorrow I'll totally ignore it. Recently, I've been like keeping. I don't really watch Man City. I don't watch Tottenham unless I see that they're losing, and I'll tune in and
turn it on.
Them get absolutely battered. But I try not to watch Man City because it's just soulless rubbish, nothing football and football club. Sorry if you're a Man City fan listening, but that's just the way I feel personally. And then who else you got? Yeah, tomorrow I think I'll just go out and just totally ignore it. I'll just pick it up when it's 3:30 or 3 o'clock, right? I'll just look at the score and say, okay. Well,
unfortunately,
then we'll know. I think by tomorrow afternoon we'll know.
Normally I'm asleep and then I just look at it on whoscored.com, but because Sean's coming back tomorrow again for Audi, I'm getting up at about 10. So I'm going to be awake all day and I'm going to be constantly checking the phone, going, are they losing? Are they losing? All they need to do is draw, and then we can win our last two.
Just turn it off and do something else. Fulham's only hope is a draw. They're not going to beat them.
Agent Iwobi now and Agent William. Now is the time. The winged wonders.
Do you know they haven't lost for 33 games, Man City?
Doesn't surprise me.
It's like all these things that just seem normal or it just goes unnoticed. It's like, oh yeah, Man City is not the best Man City team. oh, you should have beaten them because this is their down year. They've just gone 33 games without losing. Like, how do you expect to just? We've done well to keep up with them, to be honest with you. That's the honest truth.
Trav says, imagine Arteta gets interviewed and gets asked what's his secret to managing, and he replies, Football Manager, would be peak. And Boy 10 says, Fulham are dangerously, actually. They are at home, very decent team. I mean, they're a decent team overall.
I mean, not really. Bring up their last few results. They're told. I get what everyone's saying. I mean, I get what he's saying, but you're not watching Fulham of the middle of the season, or they have these patches where they go really hot and then they go really, really cold. And right now, yeah, go on.
Last game, all Premier League at home, 1-1 with Palace. Game before that, lost 3-1 to Liverpool, lost 1-0 to Newcastle, beat Spurs 3-0, beat Brighton 3-0. I watched that one. Lost 2-1 to Villa, beat Bournemouth 3-1, 0-0 with Everton, and then they beat us 2-1. So, yeah.
Every time they come up against a Liverpool, a Villa, yeah. I mean, let's be honest, that's our last hope, because Tottenham are just laying down and getting tickled on Wednesday, whenever that is.
Oh dear, gonna have to wait.
Then we still have to do our job on Sunday, which is another tough one, isn't it?
Neil says, to answer the question if City either drop points to either Spurs or Fulham and we win Sunday, then I'll believe. But I'm not going to lie, it's hoping for a miracle, so I pray real hard. Boy 10 says, Agent Iwobi is going to deliver. Anyone says, I want Arteta to end every reply he gives at the press conference with mate. It does wonders for your persona, apparently. Yeah, it means he'll win the award, won't it? If anyone's got any questions, put it in there. We've got about another 15 minutes, then we're going to go. Oh, yeah. Boy 10 says, Spurs won't roll over because most of their players are Arsenal fans that we didn't want. That's true. Trav says, and can have best manager in London if he beats City. I think that's fair.
You can have every award. You can take it. Listen, give them every award. Give Van der Ven Player of the Season. Give Richarlison Best Behaved, I don't know, Fair Play Award. Give them everything. Let them even have Kane back for this game.
Stefan says, Leno will have the game of his life. Now, Leno has been one of the best Premier League goalkeepers this season. He's definitely in the top 5. Loads of clean sheets. But again, second place in the clean sheets is old Everton Pickford. And how the hell he's managed that when Everton are one of the worst teams in the Premier League. It's absolutely unreal. Do you hear about more international news? The Brazilian squad has been announced and there's Gabriel Magalhães is in, Gabriel Martinelli is in, but Gabriel Jesus, he's out of there.
Well, he did say he was having an operation in the summer. So
yeah, someone said that on the last podcast.
Yeah, he ruled himself out a little bit. The Euros and Copa America this summer, that means our pre-season is going to be messy. When does the Copa America, I think they're running it the same time as the Euros this year, if I'm not mistaken, or similar time frame.
I did have of course, I've clicked on the wrong bloody Brazil. When I click here and then on Brazil, and then it had the
21st of June it starts.
Yeah, it's the 24th of June is their first game, and the last game is the 2nd of July, and that's in the group stage. And then they start qualifications again in September.
No, the final, here it says the final is on the 15th of July.
Yeah, this is just the 3 group games.
That's absolutely insane. So if you're thinking about that 15th of July, is when that finishes. When does
they're not going to be in it. I mean, they drew 3-3 with Spain. England beat them 1-0. Brazil beat them. They beat England 1-0. Argentina beat them 1-0. Colombia beat them 2-1, and Uruguay beat them 2-0. This is the worst Brazil side in a generation easily. They're horrendous.
Well, you're right about that. That is the point.
They're not getting to the final.
Well, to be fair, the Euros finishes on the 14th of July as well. So that's what I mean. So if you're finishing on the 14th of July, let's be honest, pre-season starts, what, first week of July? Second week of July? So you're going to have basically a lot of players still not back. Then they'll need at least 2-3 weeks off. Who, like that tour that we're going to America this year again, aren't we?
Yeah.
Like, who's going to be on this tour to America? It's
no one again.
Another weird pre-season.
You have to call Aston Trusty back.
Yeah, well, this is the problem now, where you don't know where you're going to be at the start of next season, because your players will all be weirdly in a weird fitness place, won't they? Some players will be fit, some players won't be fit, and then this affects your start to the season again. You've
There's
also
no
got the fact that there's none, and you've also got the fact that, let's be honest, if we finish first or second, there's a high likelihood that we will be back in the Community Shield again next year.
Yeah,
because Man City, let's be honest, will probably spank Man United in the final. So it's probably going to be us against City in the Community Shield again next year. So that's something to look forward to with half a fit squad.
Looking at the Euros, that ends on the I don't know. Yeah, you said it was on the 14th of July. But Avon says, got the Olympics as well. Mm-hmm. And although there'll be no British players in there, because if people from outside the UK don't know, the English, the Welsh, the Scottish, the Northern Irish, which comprises the United Kingdom, they have individual FAs, and they don't want to lose their individual FA voting rights. So they refuse to have an British Olympic team for football. The only one they did recently was the 2012 Olympics, because was it 2012? I think it was, because they we host, and you had to, and that's why we had a mix of all those countries. But so we won't be playing for that. But France and Spain and Germany and Italy and all those others, they'll all be at the Olympics. You have to qualify for the Olympics. I don't know how the Olympic is going to get on with the football, where they have to pre-qualify for the Olympic football tournament. But might have some players going and doing that because people want that Olympic gold to put on their shelf, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, but I'm looking at the Olympic teams that have qualified, and I mean, who are we going to have in the Olympics? Really, I mean,
just put Saliba
Spain have qualified, so he might be called up. He said he might be called up. You've got Argentina. We've got no one there. Egypt. No. Moel, and then he's leaving. But it's meant to be an under-23 tournament anyway. Spain, maybe David Raya.
Didn't they?
Yeah, there's always a couple over age. David Raya, maybe, but they probably have younger keepers, and that's it. Oh, Brazil. Oh, but then Brazil might not call up players who have. Why am I looking? I'm looking at the women's tournament. Oh no, they've mixed the women and the men's into all the fixtures. They haven't split them, so you've got women's and men's in the fixture list. Thanks for that. And it finishes on the 10th of August. That's ridiculous.
Men's qualification.
So it starts on the.
I'm just looking at the teams. Men's qualifications. We've got France. So we've got a few players there. USA none. Dominican none. Spain or Raya. He's had a game recently. Israel none. Ukraine, well, we've got one. Morocco none. Egypt, he's leaving. Mali none. New Zealand none. Paraguay, Argentina none. Japan, we got Tommy. Uzbekistan, Iraq, and Guinea, we have none. So there's a few players that can be called up, but yeah.
But I'm pretty sure
the final in the first month of the the Premier League season.
And it starts on the 24th of July, which is basically a week after the Euros and stuff finishes.
They're going to kill them. They're not happy unless someone dies.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Did you see the Players Association message to FIFA today that they need to sort this out now?
They never do. I mean, when the last Euros, Saka came back 2 weeks late, and he was still knackered.
Yeah.
It's not right. You can't do it. Yeah. They should make it a youth tournament for the Olympics. Like Boy says, City under-21s will get sent to the Olympics.
That's the one thing that I will say. You are allowed to say no to the Olympics call up, but imagine saying no to a player being called up to his country, what kind of palaver that will cause? How do you explain that to the player? Especially players that play for France in their home country. The Olympics is there. Like, how do you turn around and say, "Oh no, you can't go"?
No, so Olympic is basically under 23, so you can take a limited number of senior players. I think you can take 3 or 4.
Yeah,
and
but
play them.
I think Brazil will take Gabriel Martinelli. He's under 23, and he won't play a lot of games in the Copa America. So I think Martinelli and Saliba are the biggest dangers that they will or likely to get called up to the Olympics. Those two especially.
I'm just looking to see if Martinelli, has he played for the Olympic team? No, he's only played for the under 23s and the full side. He only played 9 games and 1 goal for the full side, but they're a mess. But that's still, I mean, they've got to be looking at that and going, there's 2 tournaments.
Yeah, they will send. Brazil always send a strong team out to the Olympics. Always, without a doubt, they will send a strong team to the Olympics.
Did you see that?
I mean, we've had Neymars and stuff in the Olympics, so why wouldn't they send Martinelli?
They need someone, because the rest of the teams that will send teams to the Olympics will all be shit. And so Brazil have always got a really good chance of winning it because they've got so many decent young players. And I doubt they'll settle the likes of Hendrick will go there. I mean, what's he? He's still 12. Have you noticed that France, every week that their team is in Europe, the weekend before they don't play? Greece did it this weekend. Meanwhile, Aston Villa have played 3 games in 9 days and they were knackered. But Olympiacos, weekend off. Marseille, weekend off. PSG for the other last round, weekend off. Premier League, no. They just seem they don't want British teams to do well in Europe, English teams to do well in Europe.
We got absolutely spanked in Europe this season. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
like we've got the Premier League probably had the best teams in Europe that I've seen in a long time. It went all the way to 8 teams, I think, or 9, maybe. Was it 9?
Quite a lot.
Where did West Ham finish last season? I can't remember because
they
obviously won They won the Conference League, yeah. So they got through in the Conference League. Then you had Brighton, you had Liverpool.
You had top 7.
Top
Man
7.
City, Arsenal, Man United, Newcastle all made Champions League.
Yeah.
Liverpool, Brighton, Europa League. West Ham qualified because of the Europa League because they won the Conference League, and Villa in the Conference League. Yeah. So that's 8 teams.
That's almost half the league were in Europe, and we all failed.
So, what do you think, talking about them having weekends off, what do you think about moving in recent years, Germany and France have lowered their league to 18 teams rather than 20. Do you think there's an argument to be made that you should reduce the Premier League to 18 teams? That means an extra 4 weekends off.
You should, but it will never happen.
But they're going to have cancelled FA Cup replays, which is a travesty.
Yeah, let's be honest. They would rather do everything but reduce the number of games. Because remember, they sell these. You've been seeing all the stuff around the Premier League TV rights coming. They just did one a minute ago, and they're already talking about the next one. So the next one now, they're already talking about they want every game to be available to fans. That's the next thing that we're going for. So now they're looking for ways to make money, because to keep making the same TV money, you have to keep promising the TV companies, oh, you can do whatever you want with our clubs, with our schedule, with anything. That's the only way that they'll keep, because obviously at some point the TV company will turn around and go, well, no one else is buying Sky, so we can't offer you any more money, for example. So they'll go, okay, well, this time we'll give you, instead of 200 games, we'll give you every single game, and you can stream it on your new, because Sky launched a new channel, didn't they? A streaming channel where you can watch. Yeah, they launched. I got an email yesterday. Sky launched a new
Sky
streaming channel. No. It's Sky Sports Plus, I think it's called.
Oh.
I think you can watch every single game of the championship on certain weekends. so yeah, they are Sky launched that, and it's crazy, man. Like the amount of games that TV companies are given, and the amount of money that they're paying for it, of course they want to do whatever they want. So they're never going to agree to reduce teams. They're never going to agree to reduce games. Look at the Champions League. The Champions League has just gone up. We just got. Funny enough, actually, I did want to talk about that. We got our season ticket.
Well, before you say that,
as well.
Novus has pointed out Brazil haven't qualified for the Olympics this year. I just checked my list. And I was reading the bloody women's one.
That's what I said. They mixed it all together.
Yeah. So there's no Brazil in the Olympics. Right. What are you going to say about the season ticket?
Season ticket. We got our season ticket renewals today. Oh my days! My heart almost dropped out of my body.
How many have you got? Or don't you want to say?
I've got two. One is always the same. I'm going to send him a message tonight with the price, and I'm going to see his mouth drop to the floor as well. So basically, they've added an extra game. So now, because remember the Champions League group games has always been 3 games. Now Champions League group games is 4 games.
Yeah.
So it's 4 at home, 4 away now.
Yeah.
You don't know who you're going to play because it's round robin.
Yeah.
So you could play different 4 teams at home than the different 4 teams away, which is probably what's going to happen. So now you've got 23 games on your ticket, your season ticket, which last season we had 19, I think. No, 22, I guess. And they owed us a game as well because we got knocked out of the cup early. Yeah, but the price has gone up. So I think someone sent me my price because they've now just put them in these little blocks. My price is £1,337.44, and that's with a reduction actually of £36 because apparently they owed us £36. So it should be £1,373. That's how much one ticket is. It's absolutely insane.
And when we moved, because I've been in the wheelchair section, I used to get my season ticket and for me and my person with me for free all the years at Highbury. When we moved to the Emirates, my 2 season tickets, they give it to me for half price. So it cost me £400. For my one was 400 and the person who came with me was free, I think. Something like that.
No.
And I remember then thinking it's too much.
That's an upper tier ticket. A lower tier ticket behind the goal. This is £1,073 is the second one. That's behind the goal as well.
Because they know people will be begging for it.
Would they have to? And now a new rule is also, I caught this one in the midst of all the email, is now you have to attend 20 out of 23 games.
I heard they were going to do something like that. Gav was tweeting about it.
Yeah, you have to attend 20 out of 23 games to keep your ticket now.
And what happens if you don't? Do they forcefully take it off you, or do you get a warning?
I actually don't know because I've not missed a game for like 3 years, so I can't really tell you. But what does count as attending a game is if you put it on exchange. That does count as a ticket for a game for you, basically.
So do you think they're doing it to encourage you to, if you don't use your ticket, give it to them so you can make money on it?
Else, or give it, or transfer it to a friend. If you do all of that stuff, that counts as you attending a game. So it's basically where we had the Wenger era, where people just decided, you know what, I just don't want to come, and there was just loads of empty seats. That's what this has stemmed from. But now it's like totally out of hand, where basically, you were, to be fair, I think it's a good deterrent for people not using their ticket, you know.
Got a question in the chat from Boy10. Says, what number is Miss Melina on Dan's list of Arsenal podcasts and YouTube channels? If people don't know, I have a list of every Arsenal podcast that has ever existed that I've found. It's not really a number, Boy10, because it's done in alphabetical order. And in alphabetical order, Miss Molina's is number 134. Started on the 28th of February 2021. Last time I updated that, she had done 83 shows. And there's her name. And then the YouTube link. As this is what you can see, there's gaps for everything. If you go all the way down to the bottom, there is 230 Arsenal podcasts on my list. That's about 225 too many. And I mean, there's one called Wax Online, an Arsenal podcast. No one's ever heard of it.
924 episodes. Though.
900. Yeah, that's what. I don't know. It could be. There are quite a few foreign ones on here. It's like I found out that Hente does one that they in Finnish, and there's some. Because I usually put it in brackets if it's a different language. Hugh Wizzy deleted 21 million of video views. We're on 2 million. HK Guna does it in Chinese. Guna does it in Taiwanese. Maybe that's the name of their language. There was some more as well. Arsenal French Club does it in French. The Gothenburg podcast is Swedish. They did 2 versions of that. They deleted all the others and started again. And AOF podcast is French, and Algerian Gooners does theirs in Algerian. And there is one that does it in Arabic. They're Egyptian, and they do it in Arabic because they asked me if I could get Rami Shaban to go on because they saw me tweeting him, and I asked him, and he went on there. But I can't remember what that podcast was called. So there you go. A bit of useless information for you then. Oh, here we go. Boys 10 says, Wax is too much. Don't know how he has the energy to talk about every little thing that happens. I didn't even know. If you'd have told me it's a Wax podcast, I'd have said no, even though it's on my list. I have no idea. Isn't that terrible? Right, there you go. That's been an hour. Femi's got to go. He's got to go and see a film. We've run out of things to talk about.
Let's do a quick. What do you think, Man United? How are you feeling about that?
Oh, they are absolute pants. And lose. Anybody can beat Man United at the moment, but then again, Man United can beat almost anybody at the moment. Our last 3 games against Man United at their place in the league: September 22, they beat us 3-1. December 21, they beat us 3-2. November 20, we beat them 1-0. And I'm just going to go and have a look at Man United's run of fixtures at home in the Premier League. Home, Premier League. And their run is 1-1 Burnley, 4-2 Sheffield United, 2-2 Liverpool. That was a game. 2-0 Everton, lost 2-1 to Fulham, beat West Ham 3-0, 2-2 with Spurs. There is no way you could get the latest AI to look at that for a year and it would not be able to come up with a decent prediction. All you know is in the last 5 games, they've conceded 7 goals at home, but they've also scored 10. So I think we've seen against Fulham, things can go badly wrong for us. But we can also see against Chelsea, a team that, much like Man United, good one week, shit the next, that we absolutely smashed them. And they will be wary of us. And if we were Spurs fans, we'd be going, oh, well, they're not going to want Man City to win the title, so they're going to roll over. And that's the kind of shit Spurs fans come out with. But no, I think it'd be a tough game. But I'm confident we can beat them. It may be something like 3-0, 3-1, 3-2. They may go ahead. We may come back. It all depends on how much of a kicking Saka gets and Odegaard get, and whether Rice gets too carried away, because he likes to get a little bit in people's faces. It depends on whether Raya has to reach for anything, because if he does, then that's not going to end well. Gabriel has 9 out of 10 games are brilliant, and then there's always that one where he loses the plot. Whether he starts Zinchenko, Tomiyasu, because Tomiyasu didn't train the other day, I think we should put in our group. And so is Zinchenko going to play? Is he going to give it to Kiwior? I think we're going to beat them. But other than that, Fem, I've got no idea. You?
I'm just going to injury news. Bruno Fernandes is back and Rashford is back.
Shaw is injured and so is... Oh, there was someone else I read a tweet. They had another one injured, but they're a mess. They are a car crash.
Well, this is the thing. Like, surely, they're not going to play the same way. I just have this fear that they've been playing this way, this crazy style of football all season, and I think for this game they might just think, you know what, we're just going to batter down the hatches and just defend deep and break on Arsenal, and that would really annoy me. Because every other team has been having 30 shots on them. So, but yeah, I don't think so. Rashford is back in training. Fernandes is back in training as well. So he's back. I don't care about the other ones. Scott McTominay is back in training. Oh, everyone's back.
McTominay, their best striker.
Yeah, exactly. Harry Maguire is not fit. So, yeah, well, there you go. All the players out. So they'll have a better team than they had against Palace, I guess, by 3 players. But let's see what happens, really. But yeah, I don't know. Let's just make sure that we do. If we're going to get a lot of chances, it depends.
Yes.
Are we going to take them? That's the question. Because every team has been having multiple chances against them. Let's hope that they don't decide, oh, this is the one game that they're not going to give us a chance. So, yeah, let's see.
If we look at, I mean, Palace beat them 4-0. If anybody saw that game, if that team turns up that played Palace, that it's going to end up being about, we're going to break the Premier League record. And then before Palace, they who do they play for? 1-1 with Burnley. And then 4-2 against Sheffield United when Sheffield United were twice winning the game. And then they beat Coventry in the FA Cup semi-final with a last-minute goal. And the Coventry had a perfectly good goal ruled out. And before that, they do 2-2 with Bournemouth. Their current form is absolutely horrendous. But it's a little bit like when you see a crazy person running around naked in the streets. Are they going to tickle you, or do they have a knife? You don't know. And it could be either, neither, neither, or indeed both. It's going to be a nightmare. We've got bloody hell, people are putting stuff in the chat. Our Nick has turned up. Anthony to score a hat. Shut up. Noza, in 2013, I think we faced one of the worst Man Uniteds, yet we still lost. Steph says Ten Hag probably thinks they are the favourites. Formerly Noza, or was it 2016? I can't remember. Nick says, was that when we lost 3-2 and they only had one shot on target? They're just talking. It might be. Boy 10 says, United fans completely broke down after that Palace result. It's been a while. It's been a movie watching them unfolding in real time in the last month. And what a way to end the show. Patrick Carlson from sunny, snowy Sweden. Triple S there. It says evening as we are saying good evening. So, Femi, put your finger on a number. What are you going to go for?
3-1.
2.
Arsenal.
Hey, that's what I like to hear. I'm going to go 3-0 the Arsenal. And we don't want to hear, if it goes wrong, nobody come and point your sticky, jammy fingers at us, because I'm not going to be held responsible for anything that happens. Just hope the referee, who's from Manchester, who doesn't support Man City or Man United, he doesn't support either, even though he's from Manchester, but he supports Altrincham or Bolton or some other Lancashire team. I don't even know if that's in Lancashire. So we're done. So Femi, thank you very much for being able to turn up at this rescheduled podcast. Nice of you. We had some fun. And who are you going to the cinema with?
My missus, she just got back home, so.
No chocolates, no drinks, no popcorn. We get them from Tesco's on the way. Please tell me that is your rule.
Well, Odeon popcorn's quite nice, so we'll see.
And they are legally not allowed to stop you bringing any food, beverage, or drink into the cinema. If they try and stop you, they're not only
hot food. I would never take hot food.
No nachos. You're not going to smuggle in a roast.
Well, not exactly. KFC.
Kermode and Mayo said they did the investigation, said they're not allowed to search you for food and they're not allowed to confiscate food. But don't be an animal. Don't. Last time I went, a woman in front of me had a 12 bag of Walker's crisps and ate the entire lot. Fat cow. Right, on that bombshell, it's time to go. Come on, the Arsenal. And we'll be back for a post-game on Sunday if I can get a replacement for Deke, because he is off doing media stuff. Oh, lovely. Right, have some shitty outro. Say goodbye, Femi.
Goodbye, Femi.
As soon as I scored that goal, I was fucking livid. Get down, dog. Splendid business.
He nearly caught the bloody thing. What are you talking about?
So I was just eating a full quiche. Well, you don't often see them at Ibs, so when you see them in the supermarket, they need to be swagged, microwaved immediately, and get the brown sauce on and bosh, Bob's your uncle.
Never in doubt.